Hello, so today we're going to be showing the basic technique for getting avian radiographs. This is our fine specimen here. This is Toby. He's a 14-year-old African gray. And so to facilitate getting our x-rays, we're going to actually be using isoflurane anesthetic inhalant gas. Essentially, it helps for ease of handling with bird patients to avoid getting them too stressed out, which can actually be fatal for them. And obviously, it helps for ease of handling in order to get them in the correct positioning for the x-rays and to get diagnostic films as a result. So basically what we're going to do here is we're going to get him under the anesthesia with the gas, and then we'll get him into position, and then we'll get our measurements using our calipers in order to set our machine. Essentially, we'll kind of be using a modified feline abdominal technique for this, essentially because they're kind of on the smaller side for our small animal patients. So that'll most likely get us the best films. Our KBP is probably going to be on the low side, somewhere between 40 and 60, with as short an exposure time as possible. That helps for avian patients as far as for their rapid respirations to avoid any kind of movement artifact on the film. So we'll take a break, we'll get him under anesthesia, and then we'll come back up. Okay, so this is our first view of Toby. It's a right lateral whole body view. And so for this, we obviously have him in right lateral recumbency. We still have him on the isoflurane anesthetic gas. And so first we secured his down wing, which is his right wing, to the x-ray table and secured it with autoclave tape. And then we basically took his contralateral wing, which is his right wing, and secured it directly over top of the right wing, basically superimposing them. And then we have his rear limbs secured here to the table caudally. And so basically we've got him in a good position. We have our lead marker, our marker right here on the right lateral aspect of his body to denote that it's a right lateral view. And so we'll go ahead and take our x-ray, and then we'll come back. Okay, so this is our second view of Toby. It is a VD, which is ventrodorsal view. So it's a whole body, like the lateral was as well. We have him here in dorsal recumbency, and we have his rear limbs secured symmetrically and caudally to the rest of his body. And for this, we basically extended his wings about 90 degrees from the rest of his body and secured it with autoclave tape. We still have him on the isoflurane anesthetic gas to keep him calm and under anesthesia. And so we'll go ahead and take our views. And for this, we have our VD and our right marker here, which we're going to put on the right lateral aspect of his body to denote that, again, this is the right lateral aspect of his body and that this is a VD view. Okay, so this is our lateral whole body view of Toby. As you can see here, ideally the wings would be superimposed dorsally above his body, and we've got a little bit of you're a little bit crooked there, but ideally they'd be superimposed. Same with the pelvic limbs, they would be superimposed on top of each other. We have a little bit of artifact just from the autoclave tape, and obviously you can see the anesthetic mask where he's being kept under inhalant anesthesia during this. But again, this is a right lateral, and you're able to, get a full whole body view here. And then this is our VD. Again, he's slightly crooked, but and you also have your artifact from the autoclave tape as well, and you can see the mask there where he's still under the anesthesia. But we are able to see all of the anatomy, and this is full body view. Essentially, one thing that's important to remember when you're working with avian radiographs and you have them under inhalant anesthesia is that you want to try to work as quickly and efficiently as possible, which is probably, is part of why, here and there our positioning wasn't ideal, but you really want to try to avoid having them under anesthesia for too long, because birds are very prone to getting or developing hypothermia while they're under anesthesia, so you want to try to just work as quickly as you can so you can get them out from under anesthesia to recover quickly. So it's important to really be on top of monitoring them and keeping them warm and calm during this, because again, as I mentioned previously, if avian patients get stressed out, it can be fatal very quickly for them. But those are our two views of Toby, and that's essentially the procedure for getting your radiographs of avian patients.